Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. This is Jessica Davis, and I'm the owner of Also Natural Hair Care Clinic and Also Natural Hair Loss Institute here in Killeen, Texas. I'm a licensed master cosmetologist, a licensed cosmetology instructor, a double certified trichologist, a dermal trichologist, certified naturopathic wellness practitioner, a nutritional coach, licensed phlebotomist, and a host of other things to create a one-stop shop here in the salon and the clinic. The reason for my YouTube video today, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. It's been a while since I've been on any social media platforms due to my busy schedule, but I have had a lot of conversations with my clients and transfer clients that have transferred in regarding microlocks and sisterlocks and microlocks, and what is the difference between the two. Sisterlocks are sisterlocks by themselves. Microlocks are locks that were created to mimic what sisterlocks are. In order to become a person that can establish sisterlocks, you have to first take the Sisterlocks class. And so I am a senior trainer and supervisor for Sisterlocks. So I teach the in-person classes here in Killeen, Texas, as well as Dallas, Texas. So you first have to sign up and take our class. Once you take our class, you become a Sisterlocks trainee. You have 2 years after that date to become a certified Sisterlocks consultant. So in the training class, we teach you the basics of the Sisterlocks methodology, and you then can go out and establish clients with Sisterlocks. So Sisterlocks is created on a stable woven framework, okay? It's a lock that's created on a stable woven framework. There are things to Sisterlocks that no one else will know unless they have taken the Sisterlocks class. Now, yes, people go and they look at photos that have been posted on social media and they do their best to mimic what they see. But those are not Sisterlocks, okay? So buyer beware. Microlocks is an addition. Like I said, it's someone who wants to add a job or to be able to offer a service to a consumer. And so they then go to YouTube and they learn how to do microlocks via YouTube. Or I think there are now some certification classes that have been created by those that have went on YouTube to learn how to do microlocks, or those that have taken a Sisterlocks class and decided they don't want to participate in the Sisterlocks community anymore, and then they go and do microlocks. So what are microlocks? Microlocks can be done in several different fashions. They can be started by interlocks. They can be started by braid locks. They can be started by two-strand twists, and they can be started by coils, okay? The thing about doing that, it's okay to do it, but you need to know what to advise your clients to do and what not to do once those microlocks have been established. Sisterlocks has a complete system. So after the locks have been established, they receive their starter kit, which looks like this. The starter kit gives instructions on how to take care of their Sisterlocks establishment. And we have products, we have shampoos, we have starter shampoos. We teach them how to do all of the things that is necessary to be done in order to maintain a stable set of Sisterlocks. Microlocks, on the other hand, interlocks and two-strand twists and braid locks, there's no system, right? Once you establish those locks, the consultant, actually the stylist, has no information to provide, or no valid information to provide to you that is going to give you longevity and steady, stable locks. So as with Sisterlocks, we have a special shampoo that we tell you to use until your locks have settled, until they have locked. And then after they have locked, you can go into these second generation and the third generation of shampoo and products that we offer for your establishment. Microlocks, interlocks, two-strand twists, braid locks, and things like that, they have no system. So basically what you're doing is you're getting the establishment with no instruction, right? So when you start experiencing bunching, when you start having holes in your locks, when you start having breakage, and all of the things that come along with those micro locks, interlocks, braid locks, you have a consultant or you have a stylist or a loctician, let's say, that has no information to offer you, so there's no added value to that. And then when you start looking on social media, you're asking questions and you're getting all types of answers that are not making any sense to you, that are not clear to you, and you're not understanding anything, you resort back to finding a Sisterlocks consultant. When you find that Sisterlocks consultant, you get the education that you should have received at the initial locking session that you received from your microlocks that is now an eye-opener to you. Sometimes I have clients that transfer with microlocks and interlocks that have been done the two-strand twist way or the braid lock way and the interlocking way, and there's no rhyme or reason to why their hair is doing what it's doing. I ask all types of questions. I ask what locking system was used, whether it was two-strand twist or whether it was braid locks. I ask how much hair was left loose from the end of the lock, because that lets me know why the lock has bunched back. Bunching is, so you can see how uniform my lock is from top to bottom, right? When bunching occurs, it's fat. The lock it can be really slim here. And once it gets to this point here, it does this. And then it becomes a larger lock on the ends. And when I say a larger lock, I mean the lock, the largest size I've seen is about the size of my index finger type large. I had to cut a set of interlocks, well, microlocks, she called them. I cut all of the big fat ends off of her yesterday. It was a very tedious process because I cut the ends off and unloosened the actual remainder of the lock that was small, so that when she gets her retightenings, the big end is not having to work its way through the small square that had been created from her locks. Her retightening sessions had become painful, and she had started to experience the thinning in the scalp area because her locks were too large on the ends. And that was due to no instruction after the locks had been established. I have several transfer clients that come to me with micro locks that are experiencing those type of issues. And then their main conversation to me is, why didn't anybody explain to me this process, right? No one gave me any information. They told me to use shampoo with conditioners in it. They told me to use Suave. They didn't tell me how to bundle. They didn't tell me anything about how to maintain my locks. Now, mind you, two-strand twist method, that method is not a method that is going to stay in place, right? So when you do the two-strand twist method, if you're doing the two-strand twist method of micro locking or interlocking on a client that has a loose curl pattern, right, with low density hair, that means that this person, once they leave the establishment, is going to experience a lot of reverting, which means that that two-strand twist, whichever direction that they twisted it in, is going to revert itself back. And every time they go to shampoo their hair, the two-strand twist is going to come out of the lock, right? So because it is not connected, there is no connection to it, there's no holding place, because what they do is they braid about 2 inches of the root, and then they two-strand twist the remainder of the hair, which the root stays braided, but the remainder of that hair is going to unravel, and it's going to leave them looking shaggy, right? And so They tell them not to shampoo their hair for weeks. Then I see them on social media. Oh my goodness, why is my scalp is so scaly, my scalp is so itchy. I was told not to shampoo my hair until my two-strand twist lock. How long is it going to take for this process to take place? They told me to trust the process, but I'm not sure if I can trust any of this whole entire situation, right? Because it is a tedious journey. There is no rhyme or reason to what is going on in their hair, and the loctician that has established this process has no clue, right? So then when they start coming back for the retightening process, and the loctician sees that all of the hair has unraveled, it's their job then to upcharge them an extra charge because they have to repair what's happened to their hair. And then that becomes a situation because, who wants to continue to keep spending money on something and you have no explanation as to why things are happening the way that they are happening. That's the part where when they transfer to me or they transfer to any other senior trainer or certified training associate or brand ambassador or a certified Sisterlocks consultant, and even a trainee, because a trainee is also trained to know and understand the basics of how to properly establish a perfect set of Sisterlocks. Now, have there been times where consultants miss the mark on a client and the client then has to transfer to someone else that is more knowledgeable about what's happening? Most definitely. Nobody in America, in this world, in this industry is perfect. And yes, there have been some mishaps that have taken place, right? But at least we know how to rectify the situation. You know what I'm saying? We can call home office and ask home office what we need to do to make the situation better for the client, and to get some extra education for ourselves. Sisterlocks classes are not a one and done. Once you take the Sisterlocks class, there are so many other classes that we offer: advanced refreshers, certification boot camps, online refreshers, in-person refreshers. We have coaching sessions. We have consultants like myself and supervisors like myself. We offer mentorship programs. So there is no reason why there is a consultant that has taken this class that is not knowledgeable about the things that we offer and what we require and how we establish and operate within the Sisterlocks community. Am I saying that microlocks are bad? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that when you decide that you don't want to do the Sisterlocks journey, majority of the people who don't do Sisterlocks, they start out wanting Sisterlocks until they hear what the price is. There's a price tag with Sisterlocks, right? There's not a huge price tag with microlocks, interlocks, and two-strand twist locks because there's not the complete establishment that's taking place. Everything that goes into Sisterlocks does not go into the microlocking, interlocking, and two-strand locks and braid lock system. Okay, so there's a difference. When you are ready to decide which journey it is that you would like to take, schedule a consultation with someone that's knowledgeable. Visit the Sisterlocks.com website and look at the frequently asked questions tab, and that'll answer majority of the questions that you have before you enter into a consultant's chair. With microlocks, ask pertinent questions. You can pretty much ask the same questions based off of the Sisterlocks frequently asked questions if they're going to be doing a interlocking method. Now, the two-strand twist and the braid lock method, those are two different entities, and you have to decide which questions it is that you're going to ask. Like, are my braid locks going to unravel, right? Are you going to tease my ends so that my ends don't slip or loose? How do I make sure that my two-strand twists don't unravel, right? What kind of shampoo is it that I can use if I'm deciding to go with the microlocking and the interlocking method? Ask, what is bunching, right? Ask, what are holes? Why do holes end up in my locks? Ask about the Sisterlocks, when you're having your consultation with Sisterlocks, you want to know the locking patterns. You want to know what sample locks are. You want to know all of these things when you start discussing locking systems, right? Sisterlocks, interlocks, braid locks, microlocks, whatever type of system you're asking, know what type of questions it is that you are supposed to be asking, right? And then if you don't know, go to social media and Google. First, make a consultation with a Sisterlocks consultant, right? Ask those questions. And then you can take, if the price tag is too hefty for you, then you can take some of those questions and reword them and decide on going to a loctician that's in your area. And then you will know basically kind of what questions that it is that you should be asking, right? So that's my take on the Sisterlocks versus the Microlocks versus the Interlocks versus the two-strand twist locks methods that is very prominent and very, very, very prevalent in the community, the lock community today. So if you have any further questions that you would like to ask me regarding this video, you can post a comment below, or you can reach me on my email, info@alsonatural.com, and I will gladly respond to any of your emails or your comments that you post down below. I will do my best to make sure that I do better with social media. I have a lot of content that I want to drop, but again, time is of the essence for me because I'm training in-person classes. I'm a supervisor for the Sisterlocks mid-course workshop class. That's a 3-hour class that we offer for new students that have signed up for the Sisterlocks class. I also mentor trainees that are trying to become certified here in the salon. I am working on hair loss consultations and hair loss protocols for clients that I have. Yeah, virtually, in person. There's a lot of things that I do. Natural wellness plans that I create together for my clients. So there's a lot of pieces to me, and so it inhibits me a lot of times from being able to come on live and talk to you. So like I said, you can reach me through this link. You can reach me through Facebook, Also Natural Hair Care Clinic on Facebook, Also Natural Hair Loss Clinic also on Facebook, and my Instagram is Also Natural Hair Care. So you can reach me on all of those platforms, and I look forward to spending time with you and talking to you again. Have an amazing Thursday. It's been great sitting and talking to you.